Hey y'all, this is a reading for Cancer for March. Hope y'all are doing well. I just posted a video today. If you're not, go watch it. There are some things in the energy these days that can sort of influence your mood, so let's be careful with that. And if you need any help, I would watch that video. There's a lot of good advice there, including the advice of, taking care of yourself and seeing a professional if you need to. Anywho, I digress. I want to know what Cancer is up to these days in March. Coming up here, we've got springtime. We are done shuffling. We've got the Chariot on the bottom. That's pretty auspicious for y'all. Oh, it couldn't be that easy, could it? Oh, man. This is just so straightforward. It's disgusting. So, a lot of the readings that I pull are on love. This is about someone who loves you. This is about someone who is heartbroken over how things either ended or how they are right now. They want to start over. They see the light. They've dealt with some stuff. They're going to at least tell you that. They've worked on themselves. They've come to a new awareness. Part of them has, they've had that tower moment. This is all a little too good to be true, if you ask me. But somebody's coming in. Somebody's coming in for you, Cancer. Who is coming in for you? They've got some big new ideas. Potentially how you're going to work together, potentially how you're going to work out together, basically. If you ever, I don't know why, but if you, this is coming to mind, if you ever suggested that maybe you and this person move in together, like that has come back to their mind. And they're like, yeah, actually, now that I think about it, that'd be great. I don't know why. Who knows why they've had a change of mind, but I think that I see this a little bit light. This tower energy is kind of tower energy light. Like LITE. And the reason I go is because, like, if we're going to have a tower moment and we're going to really experience a little ego death based on things that we've been doing that don't work, based on an image that we have of ourselves, or the image that we have of a world, of a situation, of a way of thinking, of that dying. If that needs to die, it needs to die. It doesn't need to kind of go into purgatory or go on life support. It needs to die. And that's what I feel like. It's kind of like on life support. I feel like a good jolt of electricity might bring this part of the ego back to someone. Which, clearly, if they're having a tower moment and that causes them the crisis, then maybe they should just let it go completely. But no, they think they need to start over with you in some capacity. They do realize that you have been heartbroken. They've been heartbroken, maybe a little bit more than they thought they would be. They've got some ideas. Okay, this is for the Three of Swords. We've got the Three of Wands. We've got the Ten of Pentacles, the Knight of Pentacles, and the King of Wands. There's been emotion that you haven't seen. There's been emotion that's been very slow coming. So if you haven't seen this person, you might know who this is, but if you haven't seen this person in a long time, this could be why they are taking the very slow road to you. But it's all driven by that Three of Swords energy, which is good. You want them to come to you, to come with the Chariot. You want them to come to you because they recognize the heartbreak. And to recognize the heartbreak is to recognize the love that is there, is to recognize the connection, is to recognize you and how important you are to them and their happiness, right? So the Three of Swords needs to be there and needs to fuel this idea that they have of you being their 10 pentacles. They're just coming very slowly and a little bit emotional. But I think overall, there's also a little bit of, they're a little distracted and they're a little bit lusty. And so, some of them. So I think if your person, they might come to you with the idea that's big, but really their baseline desires are to get with you. You know what I mean? All right, let's pull for the Fool. I mean, it's a good way to come in, Cancer. It's a good way for them to show up, honestly. If they really do also go ahead and eloquently lay out these plans that they have for you. And then they go ahead and let this part of them die that needs to die. All right, why is the Fool here? Okay, that was quick. The Hermit, the Ace of Swords, the Four of Wands, and the Seven of Swords. They're going to tell you that they have this new idea and this new perspective. And I was right on target when I suggested something like, hey, if you had suggested rather that you live together, that's going to come back to mind. They're going to say, oh, well, my person said that they wanted to live together and I shooed them away. Well, that might be a good hook to get them back, right? So they want to start over. They have this big idea. That might be part of it. That's the card of marriage, the Four of Wands. So that type of domestic cohabitation, okay? But there's some things that you haven't talked about. There's some things that need to be uncovered. And I think that they are going to try to sort of wash over that. They don't want to get too deep, but I think it's necessary to get deep and to have those uncomfortable conversations for this to happen. Are they capable of that? I don't know. You know that probably better than anyone. Yeah, there's also some stuff you do not know. There's definitely things that they have not shared with you, but there's probably a lot of things you already know that they think you don't. Oh, Cancer, what are we to do? This big idea that they have of starting over it's something. Let's see, the Hermit was the bottom card on that, right? Mm-hmm. That's the saving grace. That's the saving grace of this all. I honestly feel like the energy that's here is really good. I don't know if it's temporary though. I'm given a little bit of pause. I think it could be good. If we keep it up, it could be good. Why is the Eight of Pentacles here? For some reason, I'm kind of getting that you might give them the Tower because, if some of you are like, well, hey, buddy, you had your chance. We would have been perfect living together before, but now things have changed. And that's not going to work for me anymore. That might happen, and that might put them into the real Tower. Why is the Eight of Pentacles here? Wow! That was gonna... Why is the Eight of Pentacles? Oh. The Hierophant. Yeah. The Devil. The Page of Pentacles. And Death. Yeah. Listen, I don't want to get too woo-woo here. I don't want to give you too much false hope, but it seems like this person has a new perspective on what's important. And even though they're under the same structure and they're still working hard at whatever they're doing, you know, or the trolley car conductoring it up, or Encyclopedia Britannica salesman, whatever they're doing, they're still doing it, but under the auspice, understanding that it is not the end all be all. It's like this is very much connected. They, I know this doesn't sound like your person at all, Cancer, but for some reason they are figuring out that what they saw as success, material wealth, or notoriety, fame, whatever they had seen as success before, which kind of kept you two apart, maybe sometimes. They're seeing that it's not that goddamn important, and they are still continuing to work in the rat race, but their eyes are open. They understand where the motivation came from, and it has died within them in terms of motivation, and they're just doing it because they have to now. It really is like there's this spiritual awakening a little bit. I like that. I'm shocked, honestly. I'm shocked. I'm shooketh. Ace of Pentacles. Why is it here? Wow. I had no idea. If this is right and this is resonating with you, I would absolutely recommend you give this person a shot, even though they're not fully formed. Maybe they need that conversation with you to completely go through this. Oh, man, the fool popped up upside down. Ace Pentacles. Why is he here? Wow, Cancer. Or whoever's watching this. You don't have to necessarily be Cancer sign. You could be Cancer, Sun, Moon, Rising, anywhere. Placements, and then also whoever watches this. Ace of Pentacles. Why is it here? Okay. Chariot. They know what they did. Wow, dude, they know what they did and they want to make it right. They know what they did and they want to make it right, and they want to grow something real with you. This is nuts. This is bananas. Seriously, I do not expect this. But for some of you, I think your person's about ready to fucking grow up. They see what happened. They understand. 10 swords, done. They're done with that. They're done with hurting you. Let me tell you this. They have hurt you kind of intentionally sometimes. It hasn't been like an accident, and you haven't been collateral damage every time you've been hurt by this person. Sometimes it's been on purpose. You do what you will with that information. Okay? They also hurt themselves a lot. Keep that in mind. But that in mind, self-sabotage is not the way that this person wants to operate anymore. They really do have a new outlook. I really, 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 really like this. And look what was underneath the Chariot. The Three of Swords. Total feedback loop. Why are they coming forward? Three of Swords. They get it, like I said a minute ago. The Three of Swords makes them understand through heartbreak how much they actually care and how strong the connection is and who you are to them. regardless of challenges, regardless of how different you are, regardless of family dynamics, career, age, nationality, distance, education, pentacles, they get it. That heartbreak makes them understand. Cancer, 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 cancer. I'm in shock. I'm in shock. I love it. A celebratory drink. All right, so why is the Tower here for the future energies? I swear to God, if an Empress card comes up, I am going to shit. I don't think it's going to, but now the universe is like, bet. She's like, you're never going to stop shuffling now, girl. Okay. All right, fine. This is amazing. I mean, well, there's a Knight of Wands flying out on me. Stay steady. Stay steady. Keep your eyes peeled. Keep your phone on. If you want this with this person, make sure you're available. Make sure they're not blocked. Make sure you have batteries in your fucking Ring doorbell or whatever it is. You can see them coming. I don't think this is going to be a big surprise. I don't think they're going to show up unannounced. I think this is going to be a very calculated chariot, very calculated entrance. They might send a test message, and then if you respond to that, they'll follow up. They'll want to meet. They want to have this conversation face to face, as hard as it's going to be for them, which is great. We want that, right? Yeah, the Two of Swords that came back. Dude. Fucking dude. It's dude. Dude. They realize they've made the decision to cast you off blindly this whole time. They were not the decision makers, Cancer. They let external forces, or they let their own biased past experience inform their decision to either run away from you, cast you off, tell you they didn't want anything to do with you, divorce you, whatever the situation is with your person. Okay? They made this decision to separate from you, not from their heart, from their head. And that could have been other people. That being said, the Tower moment is here. They have this awakening and they understand, as their little ego is shattered, that they have been putting themselves out in the cold. They have been self-sabotaging. They have been denying themselves you this whole time. The connection was absolutely a choice. It probably was in the beginning, and that's why it felt so good. If you know this person and you've been with them already, if you haven't been intimate with them, they know they want that, if that's something you would do. And they see it just all come together. And it's like it's like every time and now, the entire time. They're not saying even now is the time. That is not in the vocabulary. It's not now is the time. It is, well, every time has been the time. I could have told them all of this every single time. So regardless of whether you have known each other for 2 days or 28 years, and regardless of how intimate you all are, they understand that it could have been any time, and it can be any time because of the connection that y'all have. This is some serious stuff. This is unfinished business with a soulmate, Cancer. You listening? unfinished business with a soulmate. Will you get married and live together forever? I don't know. Yeah, probably some of you will. But, and I'm not going to give you false hope, but this energy is amazing. Like, I just want to hang out in this energy right now, like for a while, because it's so good. And there's no ulterior motives. And there's no, they've realized that the devil has been informing decisions. They realize that. They see a different, they see you as the success, not money, not fame, not family connection. They see you as the success. Now, can that go a little sideways? Yes. So, put your own 2 cents in, make sure that there is balance, make sure that you work together on things, because you can't swing back and forth from having one thing be super important to having another thing have equal importance. No, there's balance, right? All right, let me do 3 cards for you, Cancer, because I'm feeling like it. Why not? Let's do 3 cards for you. Let's see what happens. Ooh, let's see. I want 3 more cards. Universe, tell Cancer whatever they need to know about this person, about anything other than this person, because this is all about your connection with one person. Now, if you'll look at my previous reading, was frickin' Gemini, and it was 5 different complete novels about different pieces of their lives, okay? Which makes sense for Gemini because they got a lot going on. But Cancer, this is just one person, and your reaction and your relationship with them, period. So let's see if we could get any other information or maybe more information on this. Again, go back and watch my most recent reading that I did this morning on hopelessness getting loud, because it'll help anybody, everybody. Okay. King of Swords. We're still talking about this. We're still talking about this. We're still talking about this. This might not come in exactly like you think it will. There might still be a little 2-stepping. There might be 2 steps forward, 1 steps back in the initial conversation, or even in the real face-to-face conversation. It might be a little bit confusing in terms of what they say versus what you think they'll say. So be very open-minded. Be like this guy. I think a laugh will go a long way. A joke will go a long way. They'll understand the lightness in your heart. They'll understand that you're not going to attack them. Yeah. And look at all this pink. Look at all this pink. Look at all this pink and love. Yeah, you might be a little confused on how they come in, but don't be. Just get out there. Share your feelings too, and have this lightheartedness if you can. Have a lightheartedness. Like, imagine. Let me set a vignette for you. Is it vignette? Vignette, right? Yeah. Let me put together a vignette for you. So, texting starts, and you're excited, and it's kind of slow coming, and you're like, Then they want to get together and meet and talk. You're like, okay, great. This is exactly what Rose said. Great. So, Cancer, you're going to sit down with your person. And what I want you to do is I want you to imagine that you have been with them in 4 of Wands capacity, living together, being happy, blissful, whatever the situation is. It's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 years later from today, and you have a strong, beautiful connection, and you get to grow and learn and be in this person's life every single day. Okay. Then come back to reality, knowing that that is the future in 4, 10, 12 years. How do you react to this stuff they're going to tell you, to their heartbreak, their stories, the previous deceits, whatever they need to get off their chest? Does it really matter that much? Can you forgive them? Can you love them unconditionally? If you can and you see that future with them, then make a joke. Then encourage them to share more. Then make it a safe place where you can both breathe into this fool, where you can breathe new life into this relationship. I think there's hella potential to breathe new life into your relationship with this person if you can hold space while they are figuring it out. Oh, I love y'all. I hope, I hope the best for this turnout and the situation. Um, this is definitely a lot of you. It's not necessarily everybody, but for those of you who get this, damn, be cool. Don't be confused. Take that journey forward and imagine y'all are together. Manifest that shit. All right. All readings are influenced by the reader and the time in which they're pulled. Keep that in mind. But also, no reading happens in a vacuum.